Hey guys! It's your Tech Girl Mary and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Finally guys, isang budget phone naman ang mapag-uusapan natin ngayon. 5 months ago, we reviewed Itel's Vision 5. Hindi po ito yung successor ng smartphone na i-review natin ngayon. But of course, it's a different series naman. Yes, today we are talking about Itel's newest entry-level phone, which is the S23 4G. I know, medyo familiar yung pangalan, not to be confused with Samsung's flagship na S23 series. It's a completely different phone from a different brand. Sa mga madalas tumambay sa channel ko, alam ko guys na hindi na bago sa inyo yung brand na Itel. Hindi na naman ito yung first time na i-feature ko sila sa channel natin. Actually, it's already my third. But to those people who are new, Itel is actually owned by the company Transsion. Sila rin yung same company that owns Infinix and Tecno. Here is what the packaging looks like. Very different from the Vision series that you guys see na all red. Very holiday yung look nun, but this one, it's a mix of white and red. Alright, so I know you guys are curious kung magkano ang official prices ng dalawang variants nitong Itel S23. Meron tayong 4GB of RAM na expandable up to 8GB, which retails for 3,899 pesos only. And of course, meron din tayong 8GB of RAM na expandable up to 16GB, which retails for 4,499 pesos only. So yes, kaya pasok na pasok siya sa entry-level segment natin because of the very affordable price point. But of course, before we proceed with our unboxing, gusto ko lang i-announce guys na meron tayong, should we say huge kasi 5 siya? Or should we say mini kasi ewan ko din kung ba't many. So we have here a total of 5 units of Itel S23 5G. Dahil guys, meron tayong giveaway that I will be announcing the mechanics at the end of this video. I hope wag kayo mag-skip guys. Anyway, back to our unboxing. As you can see, we have here the 50 megapixels AI rear camera. Because ito yung pinagmamalaki na specification ng phone na to. Imagine for that price, you will be getting a high resolution camera. And not just that, a color-changing back panel na makikita nyo later on. Mystery white yung colorway na meron tayo here. We have here the phone itself, and in fairness naman dun sa plastic niya guys, colored yung kanyang pinaka-spec highlights. Of course, aside from its 50 megapixels, we also have here a 128GB storage na merong 8GB of RAM. And of course, a 6.6 HD plus 90Hz refresh rate. So ito na yung mystery white natin. Actually, it's just plain white katulad ng shirt na suot natin right now. And as you can see, round yung shape ng kanyang pinaka-camera setup. That of course has a very subtle Itel branding here. It also has a clear case, and take note guys, hard case ito and not a jelly case. Very refreshing to see from a budget phone. We also got here the power brick, yung panundot natin, a USB-C charging cable, and of course, an earphones. Minsan no, mas kumpleto pa talaga sa accessories ang mga budget phones kaysa sa mga mid-range and flagship phones natin ngayon. Okay, so now let's talk about its design. As you can see, medyo, in fairness, may pagka-premium yung itsura niya kung makikita niya sa camera natin right now. It doesn't look like a 4,000 to 5,000 pesos smartphone. According to Itel, it has a 3D composite panel na meron ding side-mounted fingerprint sensor. Yes guys, kaya very plain yung itsura niya sa likod kasi nilipat na po ni Itel dito sa gilid. In fairness, the side fingerprint unlock is responsive naman most of the time. Yun nga lang, hindi siya as consistent as compared to other phones. And just like what I mentioned kanina, it has a color-changing back panel. If you remember guys, yung color-changing, usually this is only seen from Vivo V-series phones. So yup, medyo nagulat ako na nakikita or pwede na rin natin siyang ma-achieve sa mga entry-level smartphones at from Itel pa. Right now, hindi ko mapapakita guys on how it color change because it can only change from white to medyo light purple under direct sunlight. So after nyong ma-expose to ultraviolet light, kung mapapansin nyo right now guys, medyo may pagka-purple-ish na yung kanyang itsura. But of course, for normal light or like what we have right now sa studio, kahit na meron pa tayong studio lights, it will remain white. Aside from that, yung volume rockers natin is located on top of the fingerprint sensor. We also got the SIM tray sa kaliwa. It has a triple slot SIM tray and merong color red na rubber gasket. In fairness, although wala siyang IP rating, kahit papano protected naman siya with this one. And lastly, we got here the headphone jack, the microphone, the USB-C port, and yung kanyang speaker. If you remember last year, last quarter, I said na the only thing that I can nitpick from Itel Vision 5 device is really the micro USB. And right now, although hindi man ito yung kasunuran ng device na yon, I'm glad that this one is finally solved. Because again, very universal kasi ang USB-C guys. And we all know that micro USB is a thing from the past. I also like the fact that we have a huge storage. Yes, bago nating pag-usapan yung kanyang display, nakakatuwa kasi meron siyang 128 gig. Sorry guys, tumunog yung phone. Halos 30,000 plus of photos yung pwede nyong i-store dito sa device. And of course, bigger storage means more applications din yung pwede nating i-install sa kanya. If you remember from its packaging, may makikita kayong 8 gig of RAM. We got 4 gig of RAM and 8 gig of RAM. Take note, these are physical RAM. And then expandable sila up to 8 gig and 16 gig of RAM. So yup, kaya niyang magdoble ng RAM via OTA version upgrade. Actually, in terms of screen size, hindi siya nalalayo sa Itel Vision 5 na nireview natin recently. It still has the same size of 6.6 inches of HD+, na merong 720 resolution. But this time, we are getting a 90Hz screen refresh rate. Meron siyang tatlong option when it comes to this one. We got the auto switch, the 60Hz and 90Hz. Actually, not bad for an entry-level phone dahil meron siyang auto switch. In terms of the dewdrop notch, honestly, I really can't complain much. Because, again, let's go back to its price point na around 4,000 to 5,000 pesos lang. The notch houses the selfie camera and yung earpiece niya, guys. And of course, the bezels, ganun pa rin, guys. Medyo manipis sa kalabilang gilid, even on top. Pero may chin pa rin na very, of course, visible. Although Itel is claiming that this phone has a 90% screen-to-body ratio, medyo may kakapalan pa rin yung bezels niya compared sa mga budget phones or entry-level phones na meron ding 90% screen-to-body ratio. But buti na lang, despite that, mabilis and very seamless naman yung naging experience ko sa kanya. Not as smooth as 10,000 peso smartphones that we've reviewed. But again, pwedeng-pwede na at actually sobra pa nga, lalong-lalo na if this only fits my budget. Again, it is still considered good and usable for this price point. Now, in terms of the camera, just like what I said kanina guys, isa sa pinagmamalaki ng smartphone na to is its 50 megapixels. Upon checking sa kanyang camera menu, meron siyang Super Night Mode, Ultra HD Mode, and HDR Mode. Yung mga sample photos taken by its 50 megapixels main camera are okay. Actually, they are quite tolerable, probably because there are a lot of studio lights dito sa location natin. And then in terms of the outdoor shots, mas malinaw definitely this time yung mga makikita nyong photos. Pati na rin yung mga close-up shots. Yun nga lang of course, hindi ganun kaganda yung kanyang autofocus. Now in terms of the selfie photos, I would say hindi siya kagandahan talaga. It's the same quality that we saw from the Itel Vision 5. But with enough ample lighting, medyo matadayaw nyo naman to. So I would say yung 50 megapixels niya is not really true 50 megapixels because again, this is or this can't be achieved kapag hindi rin naman ganun ka-capable yung chipset na meron ng isang smartphone. But again, at the end of the day, the photos taken by the Itel S23 are usable enough for social media. Again, lagi nating babalikan yung presyo niya and yung output na binibigay niya. For me, they are quite acceptable. Now, speaking of the processor this phone has, itong Itel S23 has an octa-core processor, which is more efficient when it comes to processing, mas smoother than when it comes to entertainment and running speeds according to the brand. It also has a 4G network, which is faster compared to their past 3G smartphones. And definitely, mas mabilis yung upload and download speeds this time. Speaking of the performance, this phone, makunat. In fairness, it has 5,000 mAh of battery capacity. In terms of my experience, a total of 2 solid days, hindi po kailangan i-charge yung device. But in terms of charging, hindi po mention ni Itel kung ilang speed or watts yung meron ito. Unlike doon sa Itel Vision 5 na meron siyang 18 watts fast charging capability. I was able to test it out in terms of charging and it took me 3 hours and 30 minutes. So, yup, medyo may kabagalan talagang i-charge itong device na to, pero since makunat nga yung battery niya, I can see na very rarely nyo siyang i-charge. So, kung kailangan man siyang i-charge, usually it's at the end of the day. Now, circling back to our giveaway for the Itel S23, actually, medyo madali lang naman yung mechanics, lalong-lalo na kung present kayo to all social media accounts. All you need to do is follow me and Itel's Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok that I will be linking down below. And then, below, sa comment section natin, i-comment nyo lang sa tingin nyo yung best feature na meron itong smartphone na to. Halimbawa, my favorite feature is probably its color-changing back panel. Tapos sabihin nyo kung bakit. Tapos lagay nyo na rin yung mga username nyo so that it's easier for me to look for you. Syempre, mamimili ako ng 5 best answers sa comment section and I'll be making sure na nasunod nyo yung mechanics that I mentioned kanina. I will be announcing the winner 2 weeks after ko na pinoblish itong video natin na ito. So yup, good luck! So ang tanong, sulit ba itong bagong Itel S23 4G? Actually, coming from the segment entry level, saktong-sakto to or yung mga ganitong tipo ng cellphone sa mga taong baguhan when it comes to smartphones. Sila yung mga, alam nyo na, estudyante, or kung hindi man, ikaw yung tipo ng tao na medyo tight talaga yung budget, pero kailangan nyo lang ng cellphone na pang tawag, pang text, or konting internet use, or basically the bare basics, pwedeng-pwede na tong S23 ng Itel. Lalong-lalo na if attracted kayo sa mga stylish smartphone na hindi masakit sa bulsa. Syempre, kahit papano, kahit na nagtitipid tayo, wag nating i-compromise yung storage, yung design, yung display, and even the battery capacity. So yeah, that's basically it. Good luck again sa mga sasali. Again, it's your tech girl Mary, and see you in our next video. Bye!